I would say to myself, okay, convince yourself that you love this stuff, fake it till you make it, graduate, perfect. I wanna be a nurse. Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to my channel. If you're new, if you're not, welcome back to the channel. My name is Magdalene Snow, and today I'm coming at you with a sit-down video, which I can't remember the last time I filmed a sit-down video. It's been such a hot minute. I am wicked pumped for this video because I am a psychology student, for those of you who are new to this. I'm going into my senior year, but my psychology student journey was not exactly the norm. I didn't go into college initially as a psych major. I started out as a nursing major, and I posted a vlog a while back that initially broke the news that I was switching my major, but didn't really explain enough, honestly. I got quite a few comments from some of you all out there who were also kind of in the same boat, trying to decide between nursing and psychology, just trying to navigate it all. And I was looking on YouTube and I was like, wow, there really aren't a lot of videos out there that talk about going from nursing to psych. A lot of people go from psych to nursing, not the other way around. So today, I'm hoping I can shed some light for you guys on my personal journey switching from nursing to psych. If you guys are interested in hearing more about my psych journey, definitely let me know in the comments what else you would like to know about. I'm thinking of filming a video soon discussing everything that I'm involved with this summer that is helping me prepare for grad school, just psych-related jobs, research, etc. Let's just get into it. I hope that this is helpful for you. First, I'm going to be talking about why I initially chose nursing school in the first place. I think having some of this background will be helpful for you guys so you can see where I'm coming from, because no two journeys are exactly alike, but I do feel like sharing my initial college experience will help to explain how nursing and psych are related, but why psych was more my fit. So why I initially chose nursing school. So when I was in high school for 4 years, once I turned 16, I started working at an assisted living home, and it was right up the road from me, so it was very convenient. And when I was here, I was basically working as a nursing assistant. I was helping the residents with daily activities. I was helping them eat, helping them get ready for bed, talking with them, just keeping them company. And then I would also run bingo games with them, and I would lead exercises. So I had a ball working there. I loved it. I mean, that was the only job that I ever knew. So when I started looking into college programs, I was like, well, I loved as much of the nursing world as I got to experience. I think that that's, you know, something I would like to continue doing. So that was one reason why I kind of started leaning towards nursing for undergraduate program. Now, another factor for me involved the fact that a lot of my extended family are nurses. So during high school and kind of preparing for college and whatnot, I would hear from them all the time talking about how much they love being nurses and also how they felt like I would make a great fit. And I heard this not only from the nurses in my family, but also from a lot of friends and the people that I worked with at this assisted living home, my parents, from really anyone who knew me well. They would all say, oh gosh, Maggie, you would make such a great nurse. I mean, by the time I really had to decide what program I wanted to apply for, nursing just seemed like the most obvious and natural option, because at that point, I knew that I wanted a job that allowed me to help people. I knew that for sure. And I also wanted a job that I knew would secure me financially. I knew that some programs out there, you can get your RN in 4 years. So I said, wow, yeah, that's just like the most obvious choice. So as you can see, why did I initially choose nursing? Everyone told me I'd make a great nurse. It was all that I knew in terms of the working field. It's what I did for 4 years. And it was a guaranteed way to kind of get everything that I thought I wanted in terms of finances and helping people. So now let's move on to when I actually got into nursing school, chose a school, and now I'm at the school, right? So what on earth happened, right? Like, nursing, it was not the right fit, but why? You know what I mean? Why? So freshman year, I did not have to take Gen Psych. This is an important point, I think. Unlike a lot of other students. The reason for that is because I had AP credits from AP Psych in high school. I didn't have to take Gen Psych, and I did not have to take statistics my freshman year. So what was I taking? I mean, I was taking basic intro nursing classes like biochemistry, stuff like that really isn't exposing you to nursing yet. But I was also taking a lot of core requirement courses. So that meant my freshman year was heavy lifting with philosophy, ethics, religion, theology. That was really the gist of my freshman year. To be honest, I loved those classes. Like, I loved my philosophy class. I love my ethics. And I almost didn't want those to stop. I was like, well, can I have another one of these? Like, I keep going with this. And so that was kind of one of the first signs looking back that my interest area really was more towards contemplation and the mind and the soul, I guess you could say, because I just loved ethics and philosophy. And I almost didn't want my nursing courses to start because I wanted to have more ethics classes. So then, okay, whatever, freshman year's over. By sophomore year, we really started to see what it would be like to be a nurse. You know, we actually started taking courses that exposed us to the responsibilities of being a nurse, what it's like to, you know, be a professional nurse. I mean, we took classes about how to take physical assessments. We learned how to do those. We had labs on how to do blood pressures and, you know, the kind of basic things. We had our first and my only clinical rotation, and we learned how to administer medications. We really just finally started getting exposed to the reality of being a nurse. So we took classes like care of the elderly, health assessment, nursing research, and mental health nursing. Now, it's important to mention this because turning point, here we go. So by this time, I was already starting to feel unsettled. Almost all of my closest friends are nursing majors, and I was finding myself completely just disinterested in conversations revolving around like nerdy nursing things. If you know at all what the nursing student world is like, you know what I'm talking about. Nurses can just geek out about, you know, medical things, physical, you know, bodily things. And I just found myself completely disengaged. Like when my friends would want to chit chat about nursing stuff, I was like, blank mind. Like, oh, just wandering around, don't really, not interested. And not in a rude way, but genuinely, I didn't have the passion for it, but I could see the passion so strong in my friends. I started to feel really dissonant. I was like, this just doesn't feel right. When all my friends wanted to do was talk about, you know, the lecture we had just had, all I wanted to do was talk about philosophy and living your best life and the mind and behaviors and why people do what they do. I was like, I really don't. So that was one key area. I started to realize I was not aligning with my friends' level of passion. That was a sign for me. And then, like I mentioned, I took mental health nursing this semester, and this class really was a turning point for me. I loved this class so much, and I started to realize I wanted every single one of my classes to be somehow a branch off of that class. And that really struck me. Looking back on it, I was so disinterested in everything else. I just wanted to talk about schizophrenia, Alzheimer's, depression. I just wanted to learn more about that. And I realized in my other classes, I'm gonna be learning about other specialties, but I just wanted to focus on everything mental health related, and I couldn't get a grip on it. I was like, oh, I just want to do this stuff. Why can't we just do this stuff till I graduate? But at that time, I didn't see a way to make that happen. So I literally would read my mental health textbook in my free time. Even when that class was not in session, I would read out of the textbook because I found it so interesting. Now, another key point that goes off of sophomore year was when we took nursing research. Now that sounds bland and boring, I know, and I thought so too, until I started taking the class. And I realized how much of a passion I have for, cringe, I know, statistics. I know. I love statistics. I took it in high school, did really well on the AP exam, and again, like I said, didn't have to take it freshman year. So I wasn't reminded of how much I loved it until this class. I just really was so engaged in that class. Now everyone in that class can vouch for the fact that it was boring. I thought it was awesome. And it was on a Friday afternoon at 1:45 or something. I loved it. Sorry guys, I did. I'm a psych nerd and I love stats. But this was definitely a turning point for me because the concept of coming up with meaningful solutions for people's challenges using studies and experiments that I helped to create and implement was just the coolest thing in my mind. Again, taking this class just reinforced the fact that I love experimenting, being right in the heart of conducting research. You know, to do that as a nurse, you kind of have to be a nurse for a while and then transition, maybe get a master's or something. And none of my friends really related to me and how much I loved nursing research. Again, a moment of looking back on it, a sign that I was meant for psych. And another moment that I think about quite often that really struck a chord with me is all of the times that I remember during my sophomore year reading and learning about all of these technical nursing things and like really looking at a textbook or looking at the lectures or whatever and thinking to myself, I want nothing to do with this stuff. I just have to pass. I just have to get my degree and become an RN, and then all this will be behind me. Like I just need to get by and then I'll be fine because once I graduate, I'll be a nurse and I'll make money and great. That was my mindset, and there were some moments I would think those exact things to myself and I could tell I just wasn't happy with what I was studying. I was not. I would say to myself, okay, convince yourself that you love this stuff, fake it till you make it, graduate, perfect. No! Oh my gosh, looking back on that, the ultimate sign. No. These are all little things that built up over my first 2 years as a nursing major. Just these little realizations and these little moments of extreme excitement and passion for parts of nursing that really tied back to mental health. But the real turning point, like the climax, the aha moment of my little journey was during the end of my sophomore year when we came home for like COVID online classes and the COVID summer sort of kicked up. Like I was getting ready for junior year. I was halfway done with nursing school and my mindset was just, okay, I'm halfway done, only halfway to go. Like, let's just do it. Ugh. I was so close to being an RN, you know, 2 more years. At this point, I was so close to being an RN, I should have been extremely excited about working that summer in a CNA position, like working in a hospital, in a nursing home, whatever, gaining more experience in the nursing world when I should have been excited for that. Guys, I was dreading it. There was nothing I wanted to do less than be thrown back into the nursing world. After sophomore year, when I should have felt like, okay, I'm done with, you know, retail, I'm done with, you know, travel jobs, I should have been like, okay, I want to work in a hospital now, I want to gain more experience for the resume, etc. Guys, no. I was literally like, can I go back to the national park? I did not want to step foot in scrubs in a nursing facility. The thing was, I didn't know what I wanted to do instead, but I knew that something was off. I was like, I can't go back to the national park because I do need to find a job relevant to what I'm doing, but I do not want to do nursing related work. So I was really dissonant. It's like, I gotta make money, like I want a job, but what? So it actually took me about 2 months after being home for COVID, 2 months of back and forth with myself and with my parents trying to figure out what to do for the summer that I finally gave in and decided I guess I'll give this CNA job a shot. It's only for a summer. Again, radar should be going off if I'm just like, oh, well, it's only for a summer and then I'm done with it. Not a good sign. But I ended up taking a CNA job and I ended up really enjoying it because at the end of the day, everything you do is a matter of mindset. You can turn anything you thought wasn't gonna be ideal into the most ideal situation if you only make it that way. So I did. I ended up loving the job because of the people I worked with and because of, I mean, it was a beautiful place that I worked too, but I knew day in and day out, I was like, okay, it's only for a summer and then I don't have to do this again. So I knew that the work itself was something I didn't like, but the people and the environment was fabulous. So another sign. But like I said, during this summer, there was that like 2-month-ish period of me back and forth, just like, I do not want to work in the nursing world. And I knew that. And my parents, gosh, I couldn't hide from them the way that I really felt. And I didn't even really know what to do, but my mom, she does know best. And she noticed just how kind of unhappy and unsettled I was. She sat me down and literally like suggested something I never would have even let cross my mind. And it was literally, it was point blank, why don't you consider switching your major? And at that time, at first, that was like blasphemy to me. I was like, switch my major? But you crazy? Like, I am 2 years into nursing school. No, I'm not switching my major. I wanna be a nurse. And you can't fake saying that line if you don't really feel it. And my parents were just like, Maggie, we can tell that you're not really completely happy, like something is wrong. My mom even said to me, she's like, Maggie, I could tell from the beginning of your freshman year that you were not into this. You would come home from breaks, you would never want to talk about nursing stuff. Like there was no passion, you seemed down, you didn't seem excited to go back to school and study this stuff. Like something's wrong. And it took me a long time. Thank God I had that COVID huge chunk of time to really contemplate this, and I was like, you're right, something is wrong, but I didn't know what to do. And I just remember thinking back to how much I loved my philosophy class and my ethics class and my theology class. I was like, maybe something related to that? Maybe, like that would be kind of nice. Really, honestly, it was a whole lot of discussion just for weeks upon weeks during my COVID summer. And finally I was like, what I really, at the end of the day, am so passionate about and have been since high school, psychology. And y'all, this was the aha moment when I realized that honestly in high school, when I was taking AP Psych, I loved psych so much, but if you're at all considering being a psych major, I am sure that you have heard this from more than one person, that psychology is not a moneymaker, you won't find a job, you can't get a job with just a bachelor's, like whatever. And I was told this in high school, so I remember upon first hearing that, I was like, okay, well, automatically, psychology is being filed in the back of my mind as a hobby I'm just going to be interested in while I, seek a different career. But finally when my mom said, like, what if you switch your major? And at that point I was like, honestly, I think I would love philosophy or theology or psychology more than nursing in a heartbeat. And the more I did some deep introspection and really contemplated this decision and prayed a lot, there was a lot of prayer going on at this time, guys, I really realized that all of that internal discomfort that I was feeling as a nursing major was really just coming from the fact that I knew that I didn't want to work in a hospital, do the physical assessments, administer medications. I just wanted to sit with people and help them verbally discuss what's going on with them. And funny story that I will throw in here to really seal the deal. At the end of our clinical rotation, my first and only, we received comments from our clinical instructors, about places we were really great and places we could work on. And I will never forget what my instructor said to me. All pretty much good stuff, because it's your first clinical, they're not gonna like bash on you. But her main area of, could be tweaked was, and she kind of turned it into a positive. She said, love spending time sitting and chatting with the residents. She's like, this is awesome. They need this time. They need to be listened to. But perhaps, she's like, it was done so nicely. She's like, perhaps we could take a little bit more of that time and do some more physical assessments. And when I read that, I was like, wow, isn't that so interesting that I really honestly would rather sit with these people and talk with them all day than do another physical assessment. I just wanted to talk to them all day, learn about their life, learn about their internal struggles, learn about, are they sad? Are they frustrated? Do they miss their family? What's going on? I just wanted to help them with that kind of stuff. And so when I got that comment from her, which was right at the end of sophomore year, I was like, geez, yeah, I think that's what I'm really supposed to be doing. There was another piece of evidence on my journey that really pointed me towards what I really wanted to do. That pretty much wraps up the whole why I switched majors thing. At the end of the day, nursing is awesome because you get to help people. You really get to be right there with the people. And it's a great job. It really is, and we need more nurses in the world. But not everyone is meant to be a nurse. And if your goal is just to help, if you really just want to help people, there are other places that you can do that. That was my main mission. I just wanted a job that would allow me to help other people. And I realized that I just didn't want to be dealing with a lot of that physical stuff. I realized that the last thing I wanted to do was administer a medication or, I don't know, help with the surgery. I just wanted to sit with people who wanted to be listened to and who are going through struggles, and I wanted to help talk with them, give them advice if I had any, you know, evidence-based. The concept of having my own practice, my own office where I could cater exactly, you know, a specific type of therapy to specific people, so intriguing to me. I give so many props to everyone out there who is a nursing major. It is not easy at all. I've been there for 2 years, I've done it. And I live with all nursing majors, so I see how hard it is. But that's not to say that psych is easy. Psych is not easy. If you guys want a video on sort of the myths of psychology, is it actually like the throwaway major? Like, is it just this easy peasy lemon squeezy time in college? Let me know, because I would love to give you guys the honest answer. But I also have tons of vlogs that I have documented lots of my weeks already in college as a psych major, so I will have those links too. If you guys want to see what steps I took in order to actually switch my major and make that transition, let me know, because I will absolutely make that for you. Now, I hope this was informative. If you guys have more questions about nursing or about psych or about why I switched or whatever, head down in the comments, please, and send me any questions that you have. I will be responding to all of the questions. You can also head over to my Instagram, which is @MagdaleneSnow. If you want to like send me a DM or something, a question you have, feel free to do that on there too. I will also respond to any of those. So yeah, I hope this was informative. Please do give this video a thumbs up if you want more videos about the grand transition. Make sure to hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on future my psychology journey vlogs and other sit-down videos, because there are more coming. Hope this was informative. Comment down below if you have more questions about anything. I will see you guys in my next video. Until then, have a wonderful summer. Bye guys.